Hello, this is Lisa Russick and Misty Lore with the podcast We're All Psychic. And today we have a wonderful guest. Her name is Sue. Sue, would you like to say hello?
Hey everybody, this is Sue Maya in Sedona, Arizona area, and we're going to talk about psychic things.
We are going to talk about psychic things. I have a question for you. Do you think we're all psychic?
I feel that we're all connected to the divine. Everyone, everything, every cell, from, single cell amoeba to great planets and star systems. We're all connected to the divine. Everyone has the potential to reach higher levels of consciousness, awakening, and receiving knowledge. So if somebody wants to call themselves psychic, that's fine. And we're all receiving divine knowledge as much as we're able to open to it. That's how I interpret it.
That's beautiful.
Love it.
I
Love
love
it.
that so
Me
much.
too. That's a good way to
What do
interpret.
you? I love to talk about the divine. I think we all have our own ideas as to what the divine is. Some people might call it God
Mhm.
or goddess or whatever they want to. But what is the divine for you?
Well, yeah, by any name, it's still God. It's still the divine source of all things,
The
of
creator,
all
the source.
creation.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, the creator God. I mean, I say God a lot. I say divine a lot. I say, um, great source. It's by any other name. There really is no word that can contain
True.
all of who he
Hmm.
is.
I agree. I agree too. It's
That
like
is very
everything
true.
and more.
Hmm.
So listeners, this is an audio podcast only, and Sue is also an Everclear advisor with me. And so
Hmm.
Sue, how did you start? Were you always interested in the metaphysics, in the psychic world, into the juju? I mean, have you always been interested in it? Were you raised around it, or is this you just explored yourself?
Yeah, I've I've always felt connected with nature and animals. That was my first real intuitive link to my surroundings.
Oh, me
And
too.
then I was given formal education in Judeo-Christian theology, and I studied Eastern religions and philosophies, and I
Wow.
moved into shamanic studies in the 80s. So my training has evolved over the years. The shamanic work, the energy work through 80s, 90s, and 2000s. So now I do a lot of energy work, which includes, plants, animals, people, environments, and, outwards and upwards from there. Because everything is energy. Everything is manifested through energy and thought. And
Hmm.
Yeah,
so I feel that the entire evolution of intuitive awakening and knowledge was to integrate all the world religions and all of the symbologies and all the ways that people try to access God through the many, many streams and rivers of learning and devotion and purification.
that's awesome.
I love that.
You sounds like you have given a lot of thought to your place in life and why you
Hmm.
do what you do.
I agree.
Yes.
So, when you were studying
Thank
and
you.
starting to learn, did you already feel like you were opened up to this, or did the studying open you up to it more?
Uh, I think that, considering your past life experiences, that you may have opened different aspects of yourself through many lifetimes. So when you're born, you come in with some awareness of things that came with
Yeah.
your soul learning. And then you kind of choose, right, along the way. Well, I'm going to do some more writing. I'm going to do some more art. I'm going to sit and listen to music and all these different channels which give you awareness, understanding dreams, and providing service to
Yes.
others. all of those different ways can open you to new levels of understanding. But really, it starts with your heart, where you are intent on opening your understanding and being connected. If your heart is shut down, your eyes and ears and your thoughts will all be shut down with it. That's how I look at it.
Absolutely, that's really
Mhm.
brilliant. Are you a writer?
Mhm.
You said something about writing. I'm just curious. Are you a writer?
Yeah, I did a lot of writing. I did a lot of channeled writing. I've also done music. I've been a professional artist, painter, primarily paintings,
You
in
know,
my
I
earlier training also.
you are really getting me on a subject, and it's about creativity. And there's to me,
Yeah.
if we can start, and like you said, it starts with opening your heart. Whenever we're creative, I think we get in touch with the divine when we just let ourselves
Hmm.
express ourselves creatively. And it sounds like you do a lot of
Yeah.
expressing yourself creatively. I'm a lot like that too. I
Oh,
write, I make
yeah.
jewelry, I play music and write music. We should start a band, Sue. You
Well,
can
yeah,
sing.
and then I did a lot of radio, which was a creative outlet as well,
Oh
where I would
yeah.
do meditations and visualizations on the air. And that was kind of a breakthrough medium, for spirituality. Whereas before it would go down into painting or music. When you're broadcasting on the air, it's kind of like it was pre-podcast era, it was
Oh yeah.
pre-internet era. So it was real, true broadcasting out of a studio. And you know that you're going to be breaking some boundaries, and people are like, "What is this?" And you're presenting you're presenting mantras and astrological symbols and things that most people, especially in the South, because at the time I was in North Carolina, where the Bible Belt, and I appreciate the Bible for sure, but where their understanding and terminology was limited. And
Yes.
so
Yes.
here I
Yes.
was opening up to new thought about what is God's purpose for you in your life? How can you look at it differently and bring into your life those prayers and healings and manifestations?
I love that. That's a
Yes.
very, very well put. I
Y
love that.
yeah, I
Thank
can
We
you.
and
we've
I
talked about that a lot,
yeah, yeah, and
presenting our
Yeah.
terms.
we have
Hmm.
talked about a lot of people in who are professional or working on their spirituality or professional in some capacity as a healer. But we've talked about this before,
Hmm.
but a lot of us craft or do other things, creative things. Like you're
Right.
talking, I can hear in your
Yeah.
voice, you've got like perfect pitch and you have this really melodic voice. And the way you
Thank you.
speak is like it sounds like you have done a lot of writing. A lot of writing sounds
She
like
I
does.
have done a lot of
She yeah.
speaking. I've
speaking
Yeah,
probably
I
too.
can
done more
tell.
speaking than writing. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, you're really good
Yeah.
at it and you know how to express exactly what you're trying to say and you do it really well.
Thank you.
Misty,
Thank
do
you
you have
so much.
I
Well,
know Misty has questions. Oh, you
the,
have
oh yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Because I was just going to share, different churches and speaking places like Unitarian or Unity Church or Science of Mind, or places where people can get similar ideas. So what
like
we're
yes.
talking about here.
Mhm.
Yes, I've heard there are some actually in Alabama like that in Huntsville, Misty. I didn't know if you knew.
Mhm.
It's not
Hmm.
Scientology. There's another Church of Science, or I can't remember what it's called, but there's like a church.
Science of Mind.
I think that
Yeah,
might be it. Yeah, it's there's one of
Really?
those in
yeah.
Huntsville. Yeah, I
Huh.
had a
I did
therapist who
not know
used to go
that.
there. Yeah.
Well,
Um.
so you talked a little bit about shamanism. Um, tell me a little bit about that. What you're doing now?
Uh, did you say astrology? No. What
No.
was the word you used?
Didn't you say something about huh?
You said shamanism, right?
Yeah.
Oh, shamanism. Oh, shamanism. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, well, I do that as part of my energy work, which is a way of doing healing, especially distance healing in my case, where I'm not going to people's homes and working on their physical illnesses. But if they contact me and ask me about it, I will do a session where I'm looking through their energy field. It's the same kind of thing that I do, when we're getting readings online, but
Yeah.
in depth is reading the energy field, what the symbology is, the colors, the resonance, the textures, and then moving the energy so that they have relief from that energy. And that originated in shamanism, as far as I understand. Now,
Yeah.
the modern day healers who do like hands-on, like
Like
School of
Reiki or
Brennan, Reiki, right? A lot of those originated thousands of years ago. So we're doing
Yes.
similar things like that.
yeah.
See, I love that. That's why I wanted to talk to you about that. I love that. It nothing but good comes out of that, in my opinion. When you're working with good energy and you're healing and you're working with people,
Mhm.
you can't get any better than that, I think. So have you ever done like in-person healing as well, or are you just doing?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I had a private practice for a long time where I would see people in person. I would do past life regressions and readings and
Oh, I love
counseling
that.
and
What do you? I would
yeah,
love to
and I
hear about
did that
that.
Did you
right.
ever
I
do
had
soul
a
retrievals and
long
stuff like that for as a shaman?
I have done soul retrieval, but it wasn't my, favorite thing to do.
Right, right.
Past life work was very interesting because I was able to use my hypnotherapy
Yes.
training and help people heal things that aren't even from this life,
That's
See,
awesome.
that's
where
what
they
I
would have
love.
memories.
Yes.
Yeah.
I totally believe that is so true. I've had it done before, and it just makes so much sense when you're done. You're like, so that's why I was carrying all this around, or this is why this hurt me all the time, or it explains
Mhm.
things that you just can't explain otherwise.
Yeah,
It's
that's
life
right.
changing to me. Everybody should do it, to
Yeah.
find out what has happened to them and where they've been so they know where to go. you
Or
know,
not to go.
Absolutely.
or not to go. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if somebody has an unrealistic fear, for instance, a phobia, and they can't explain it from any traumatic events from this life,
Hmm.
then there's a good chance it came from a prior lifetime. Maybe
Yes.
not the very last one, but it could go back several lifetimes because that core energy is still floating in their energy field in their
Yeah.
consciousness
Yes.
or subconscious.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. Like I had it done too, like I said, and I didn't realize how much guilt I was carrying around until I had it done. And then I was like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
I found out what the source was and I was like, wow, that's where it's all coming from. Wow. And I was able to
Mm-hmm.
let go of it, which is a very hard thing to do. So
Well, it's
I
been with
highly
you
suggest it.
forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
wedged in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I probably would have
Yeah.
kept going in this lifetime if I had not have done it and figured it out. But yeah, I highly recommend past life regression. I mean, it's an amazing, amazing
Yeah.
tool.
Yeah. And you just have to be a little bit more open minded to the usual therapy than to the usual therapies
Oh
so
yeah.
that you can access other areas of remedy, different
Yes.
remedies.
Yes. Oh, you're so right.
That's
Yes.
true. Yes. I really want to pick your brain, Sue, about something you said right when you
Okay.
started talking about healing, energy healing.
Mm.
You said you can like shift the energy. You see the colors in somebody's, I guess, their aura or in their
Mhm.
energy. What's that like? I've never
Mhm.
done that, so I need to hear
Oh
about that. What's
yeah.
that like from your perspective? Like, how do you do it? What does it seem like?
Well, you go into your meditative state, but clearing yourself is the first thing. Making sure you understand your own energy field. If there are any intrusions, you want to push them back, send them back to their sources. So it always starts with clearing yourself first.
Okay.
And then from that clear, you know, I would say like a blank canvas, right? Then when somebody enters into that field by speaking to you or connecting with you, then on that blank canvas, you can almost see right away which colors they're bringing with them. And those colors represent various mm, like potentials. All right,
Okay.
they represent what they've been devoting themselves to. And it
Oh,
shows where they have injuries on their body. because injuries um, are also represented in your auric field. If you have tears or breaks in your auric field, you're more likely to get sick or
Huh.
have pain and not realize it. Because
Okay.
sometimes the injury does not come from the body, it comes from intrusions around you.
Right.
Wow. And how do you
So,
close that up?
yeah.
Hmm?
Like, how do you heal it?
How do you pick that up?
How do you
Close
heal
it.
Oh,
it?
how do you heal it? Well, first you recognize it and you speak it, right, to the person. You say, look, I see a lot of yellow and gold around you. I can tell that you've been involved in material possessions. You've been gifted with a lot of money in abundance. However, I see this dark spot near your hip, which seems to be leaking energy out of your hip. And this, maybe you're limping or you've been favoring it for a long time. We need to move that energy out and clear it up. And then if they say to me, you're so right. How did you know? I have this hip problem and I've been using a cane, but she has a lot of money and she's going to doctors a lot for it, right? So she's
Yeah.
Mhm.
supporting the hip injury with money, but not clearing up the original source
Right.
of it.
Mhm.
So,
Is it difficult for you to do that, or could you possibly give us a demonstration on Misty?
I think so. Yeah.
well, probably it wouldn't be good for me to do a healing right now because I'm in my mental state right now.
Oh, I
I'm
gotcha.
in an
Okay, okay.
intellectual speaking state.
Can you
Yeah, different
also
areas of, yeah. Hmm.
like while you're in an intellectual state, or just kind of being like the rest of us, I guess, um, can you still see the colors, or do you have to go into the clear yourself space? And then, I mean, do you always have the ability to see the colors, or do you turn it off and on? I mean, how does that work for you?
I can turn it off and on. I cleared myself before the show.
Cool.
I clear myself before readings to make sure I'm not carrying any of my own personal stuff into a reading.
Mhm.
Um,
How do
so,
you
you know,
clear
I do that
yourself? That's
pretty
a really,
quickly.
we've never
Good
talked about that
question.
with on the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. It's a
Doing a
good question.
clearing your aura,
That's a
cleaning your
simple thing.
energy.
Well, yeah, yeah, it's great because I mean everyone needs to learn how to do that because we live in a very chaotic society where we live in a stream of uh, cacophonous, electromagnetics and radio and people's minds and shopping and every environment has its own, you know, conglomeration of chaos is the
Yeah.
way I look at it. And so, you know, so uh, for me, it's easy because I do it a lot. I do it every day. And you basically, learn meditation, right? Do the relaxation techniques from bottom to top, top to bottom, and outwards and outwards. In fact, I have a bunch of those meditations recorded if you ever want to do those on
Yeah.
Blog Talk Radio.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
That would be
So
awesome.
if you want to tune into those someday, all right, you're welcome to use them on your show if you like.
Oh,
But
thank you.
anybody can go and learn that meditation technique for either energy or telepathic resonance with another, reaching angelic messages. There's so many different ways to do it, but
Oh,
it always starts with relaxation and breath work, and the breath work expands until you're able to receive clearer messages from your environment.
I love that
And you
so
just
much.
keep
Mhm.
working on that until it expands outward. Yeah.
How do you find a way? So
Once
you
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 know
kinda
how to do that,
so to me, it sounds like
once you
you
know
so
how to
you
do that, oh, sorry.
I'm so sorry, it's so
Go
hard to
ahead.
do it. Listeners, she called in, she dialed in, so I'm not seeing when she's about to talk. So I keep talking over you. Sorry about
That's
that.
all right. And we're just, we're linked up. Um, I just wanted to say that the more often you do those meditations, the easier it gets to just click in, clear, and get out. You can do it in 3 to 5 minutes,
Yeah,
and you don't have to spend a lot of time,
That's very
just
important.
like getting on a bus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important to learn that, I
I
think.
agree.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so oh, I did have a question for you when I interrupted you, and then I was
Uh,
Do you remember it?
Something about energy.
I was actually kinda curious,
Some Okay.
I don't see color. Like, every once in a while I'll see an aura or I'll see colors around people, but not very often. It's just not. I'm not visual. I'm not very visual.
Mhm.
That's what I attribute it to
Mhm.
anyway. Um, how would
Oh,
you maybe like for advice for listeners who maybe they do see colors and they don't know what it is? Can you give them a rundown of what? Like, I kind of think maybe the colors are personally mean something to different people, but I don't know. Are there universal meanings to
yeah,
the colors, or are they different for everybody?
they do. They do have, personal meanings, but they also have, there's some universal energies. I mean, dark is dark, light is light. That's pretty simple, right? So
Yeah.
if you can just see black and white around somebody, you can look at darkness and lightness around a person, right? Just like you're walking down the street, you're in the New York City or you're in the downtown LA area, and there's all these different types, right? Your body can feel it too.
Yes.
Somebody has dark energy, you're probably getting around somebody who's got a history of crime and, uh,
Abusive.
lies and
Mhm.
secret activities, right? They're dark. That's where you start really. It's just black to white, white to black. And then the colors in between, they all have different senses of accumulation, right? If somebody has been a very loving, compassionate person their whole lives, they're going to have soft pinks and soft blues around them.
Okay.
That's what I always see. And sometimes the pinks are more related to children, and sometimes the blues have to do with more charity work. Um, but, speaking to the person, you can find out.
I'm trying with you while you're talking to see color, and I see white, and at the edges I see purple, and at the edges of the purple I see white. So it's like in the middle I'm seeing white,
Nice.
and then I see purple around it, and then I see like a halo of white around the purple. Does that make any sense to you? 'Cause I don't know what that means. Because
That makes a lot of sense.
I
Yeah, it does. It's great. I'm surprised you didn't see turquoise because a lot of people see
I see
turquoise in my
blue.
area.
I see blue. That's what I
Blue.
was saying. Blue.
Yeah.
That's
What is
Uh-huh.
cool.
blue?
Yeah, I do a lot of that one.
Yeah, what is blue? What are these
That's
colors mean?
the
The white and the purple and the blue that we were seeing.
Okay, well you can look at, for instance, the basic chakra system,
Okay.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Any chart on the web will show you the basic chakra system, and you can align a lot of those colors with the chakras.
gotcha.
But
So you
also
would be
what
like your third eye
activity comes up,
and your
Okay.
right?
crown would
On my
be.
third eye and my throat chakra, turquoise and blue and white, and the ultraviolet is the higher range, like the
I
sixth,
do see
seventh
that
range.
bright that ultraviolet, but I can't explain it. Yeah, I can't. I can't see it. It's in my head. I can't see it, but it's hard to explain. But I do see that. Like, and what I'm seeing
Yeah.
is a ball, a sphere, and it's white in the middle, and then mostly purple coming out. At the very tips is
Uh-huh.
that infrared, or that not infrared, is that is that indigo that you're just.
Uh-huh.
I can't think of the word. You just said it.
Yeah, indigo.
Yeah,
Right? It's
and
a
it,
deep blue.
yeah,
Right.
and then
I'm
there's
seeing a
very
And
lot of
that's
trim white
blue.
usually
coming off. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really pretty.
and
It's just
white
beautiful.
is right.
What is white
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
crown chakra
that's
then, or is what does white relate to?
white is basically from the angelic realm, which I connect with every day.
I believe it.
Me
Yeah,
too.
Hmm.
yeah.
I can
So
Yeah,
feel it.
the
Yeah.
ultraviolet is the crown chakra, the third eye, the psychic eye is the indigo blue. Then move down to the throat, usually associated with like a turquoise, green, greenish turquoise. To the heart, you're moving down towards more of a pale growth green. This is
okay,
based on the chakra system, like
right.
the traditional system. But I don't always see the heart as green. Sometimes I just see the heart as like a translucent pink
I
or
was just
like a
thinking
hot
pink.
pink.
Yeah, I was just thinking pink because
Yeah.
I know the
Mhm.
angel colors like Ariel. It'd be she's supposed to, I've learned that Ariel and Uriel are supposedly like the same, but the masculine and feminine. That's what I've learned anyway. But when they come
Yeah.
around, Ariel always comes as pink, and it like
Mhm.
fills my heart. So that's why I always associate pink with the color, like
Aw,
my heart
I
instead
love
of
that.
green.
Yeah.
Angel
Yeah.
colors. Yeah.
I'm not really like religiously attached to the chakra system as it has come out in a lot of books, because when I'm doing readings, I don't always match up with what they say in
Right.
their books,
Right.
because a lot of people who write the books, they're really not that intuitive. They're just kind of rewriting what they've seen before in other books. So they're
That's
not
very
Yeah.
really
true.
tuning
That's what
in.
a lot of, they get
Mhm.
hired to write them usually. So
Mhm.
yeah, I did a lot of ghostwriting. I never did nonfiction, but I did a lot of fiction, and that's what they do. Like if there's a popular book
Ah,
out, they'll go find some ghostwriters to make more of them.
yeah.
um,
Cool. Yeah. Well, at least you have the opportunity, and then you can maybe throw in a few little tidbits
yeah.
that learn a little bit more. Mhm. But I'll just finish up those last few. The stomach area is usually represented by yellow or gold. It's the will,
Yeah.
right? And then lower down is the like orange and, and dark pinks. And then at the bottom is reds and magenta colors.
Cool,
So that's
magenta.
general
Oh, I
chakra.
love that for the root chakra. Yeah. Now,
Mm-hmm.
some people I've
Yeah.
read, I can feel. I do when I just took Reiki 1 and 2 about this time last year. I feel like I don't know if this is there or not, but I feel like there's a chakra beneath my feet, and it feels like there's one just right
Yeah.
above my crown. I don't know if that's like typical. I have
Yeah.
read some people think that's going on. Do you feel those too or see those?
Yeah, there are more chakras than they print, because you've got several of them below your feet that connect with the earth, and many more that connect above you to like 12 dimensions.
I
So
feel that.
they're not all in the books.
Yeah, I
You have
feel
to
like that it
experience
does
them.
that.
I do
Yeah, and
too.
I've also
Hmm.
read, and I think we've had people talk about it on the podcast. There's chakras all through your body, and I've learned that in Reiki
Yeah.
as well. But
Right.
it's just I've heard a lot of people. I've read a lot of debating about if there are chakras above and below us and in our energy field.
Hmm.
And I just want to know what you thought. I agree with you.
I
Yeah.
agree with that, because if you do more work with the angelic realm, they also have a type of hierarchy, and they're higher dimensions. And so, the higher you go in service, the more angels you have working with you on those types of service.
See, that's
Okay.
my
So,
thing. I love angel work. That is my favorite
mhm.
thing to work with is angels. I love angel work because to me it's just so pure.
Yeah,
It's because Misty's an angel.
yeah,
She
No,
is.
I'm not.
it
She's an
is.
angel.
I'm a
She has
And
to
little
you
be.
have a
demon.
lot of lights around you also. You
Yeah,
have a
Misty,
lot of
yeah.
I've
whites
been
and
told
pinks
that.
and
Yeah,
blues.
She's
yeah,
Yeah.
because I love my angels. That's why
that's
I
right.
love my angels.
Hmm.
They have
Yeah,
helped
and
me
they
out,
love you
and
back.
yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I just love it, love it.
And then there's our furry
Hmm.
angels. Her furry angel is watching her from the side, I think. Frank. You can't see
Yeah,
Sue, but she has three
Fairy
wiener
angels,
dogs, and
yeah.
there's one just watching, but
Uh,
he doesn't leave her side.
he
Oh, they're
loves
talking.
he loves his mama.
So
Beautiful.
where can
Yeah.
listeners find out about you and listen to these meditations? How where can they find out about you more?
Well, I mentioned before about the uh, podcast, the
Yes.
audio that's available on blogtalkradio.com. Then you go to Sue Maya's Quantum Theology. And at Sue Maya's Quantum Theology, I have like a bunch of different short meditations. They're all about 15 minutes.
Great.
So they can learn whatever they want there. And I also have a website called Quantum Theology, and the address for it is su808.wordpress.com. And there they can find like 15 years of writing,
Oh, wow.
photos,
Yeah.
Wow,
meditations, podcasts, and
That
everything.
I
wow.
looked over her blog and I instantly added it to my home screen because there's so much information
Oh,
in
I
it.
want to look at it.
Really
Yeah.
amazing. And
Yeah.
I'll put all listeners, I'll put all her information in the description of the podcast. And you're also on Everclear, right? You're an Everclear advisor.
I'm in Everclear. Hey.
And I'll put your Everclear information in there too. So, and while we're talking
thank
about
you.
Everclear, I would like to thank Everclear because Everclear is our sponsor, and Everclear is an advice app or a website, everclear.com, and you can get
Yeah.
advice from psychics and empaths to get the clarity you need to create the life you deserve. And
Yeah.
do you have any last advice for anybody starting out with trying to figure out what all this is? You know, like maybe go back to when you were just deciding to follow this path. Like, do you have any advice for people like that? Because that's mainly who we do this podcast for.
Yeah. Okay. I would say number one, you have to let go of societal expectations because society is not going to give you a big push to be a psychic or a healer.
Nope, they're not.
It's not built into our education. It's not built into our families most of the time, although I was fortunate that way. You have to be willing to let go of the social norms if you want to raise your vibration and access a new way of living. Because it really entails sensing and knowing how to read your environment and the people and not being the same as everybody. You're just not going to be the same.
And we aren't
Okay?
anyway.
They're
We aren't
not.
anyway. None of us are
Right.
the same. So
Right.
that
Be
like
close to
getting that in
yourself.
our heads first is one thing, I guess.
Yeah.
That's great advice,
Yeah.
Sue. I love it.
I love that.
It's like some of the best advice
Yeah.
we've had. So
Yes. You got to find yourself. You got to look in there and let go of, today's society and all that.
That's right. And then I would say number two is to find a good teacher that is trustworthy.
Yeah.
Somebody who
Yes.
has, right?
right.
And
That's
then
a
we
Agreed.
can
great
go from
idea.
there.
That's a great
Okay.
thing. It can be your grandma, maybe she knows stuff.
Be Lisa.
You know,
Lisa's a
what's
good
that?
teacher.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be
My
teaching
teacher.
classes. Missy and I are gonna start teaching classes. Listeners, we're still working on that. I should have the classes up by the end of the month for you to peruse and sign up if you want. And I guess, do you have any last words for any listeners? Any last little bitty ditties?
Well, I do feel that you have a strong teaching ability.
Yes,
Very
yes.
Thank you.
logical and organized. I can hear that in your voice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was a
And you have a
teacher.
good command.
And my brother's a teacher. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my dad wrote math
I don't know
books.
what
So.
I don't know what else to say except if anybody needs more information from me, they can write to my email, and that's su808@juno.com, and I'll answer any questions. And I
You will.
really appreciate you ladies helping
Thank you.
me bring the word out. Yeah, and for everything that you're doing, to bring awareness to our
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you.
We appreciate you
for the
too. Thank you
show.
so much for coming on. I just love this interview.
I feel a lot lighter.
I feel great. Yeah, you have a great energy. And Misty, thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.
And listeners,
Thank you so much.
thank you, listeners. Thank you, listeners. Thank you, and watchers. If you ever watch, you can watch this, but you have to close your eyes and see the colors.
Yes.
And I guess lastly, thank you again, listeners. I have to say it one more time. Thank you again, and have a great night, evening, wherever you may be. Peace and out. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Blessings.